Right, tweet going out and retweeting shortly. That'll do me. And this is Daryl as a service for Office 365. Let's get back to a little formal greeting. Full screen, a little bit easier to see. Diving right in. I'm looking to organise the next live stream, and for regarding Office 365, we've got a group of content creators and people who jump on live streams with us to discuss various different stories around how we use Office 365, how our customers are using Office 365, of course without getting too specific, but we're wanting to explore another live stream about meetings. And I thought, how relevant is this, that I'm trying to organise the very meeting that is going to bring us together to do the live stream, and I'm trying to use one of the features that we are going to be talking about, among other things about meeting etiquette and some certain things that were discussed on Facebook as well. So let's just have a quick look at this. My experiment is going to be looking at whether we can use Find a Time to organise a meeting with an Office 365 group. And now I'm going to put this out there, and of course it's going to be a different video, I guess, to wait and see if people respond and it works the way that it should. So this will be a little series. But the Find a Time feature, and I'm pausing it a little, used to be called, well actually it's still around, called Find Time. This was an application, a service that came out of the Microsoft Garage, and it was around trying to organize meetings using a meeting poll. Works brilliantly. I mean, I've been using it for a year or so since it came out, and it's really good that what you do is you just drop in a few times and say, this is when I'm available. You push it out to your people who you're inviting. They don't have to be part of any particular service. They just go to a link, vote for the time that they want, and following that they can also at a time that they might not, or a time that they might suggest as well. So I know that this works for individuals, and I can add different people. So what I've got on screen here is a meeting that I'm going to be organising for the Regarding Office 365 writers. Now what I did discover was this. Let's just back up a bit. I was hoping that I could go into the Regarding Office 365 writers group. This is an Office 365 group that I use to communicate with the writers and content creators, and I'm just beginning to start using some of the additional features. So definitely the communication side of it works. Let's start using the calendar as well to organise some of these broadcast dates and different activities. So I can choose the calendar that I'm using, Regarding Office 365 writers, and I was looking at this time here from 9 AM to 10 AM-ish, and New Zealand Standard Time. So to go through to the Find a Time full details of a meeting, I can create this meeting poll from here. However, the first hint that it doesn't work directly in an Office 365 group calendar was clicking on Find a Time. Okay, make me a liar. What did I do different? Oh, I know what I did. Let's try that again. So this is something that actually does confuse me about calendars within Outlook Web Access. Even though I've chosen the calendar that I want to create the appointment in, as I create that appointment, it chooses my default, and this is when I have to choose the calendar that I choose to where I want to create the event. So if I go to more details now, then I click Find a Time. This is where I get that warning here about meeting polls can only be created in your primary calendar. So as a group owner, I can't create this poll and push it out there to my people from that calendar. But here's where my experiment kicks in, and I kind of jumped to it a little earlier. We're going to create that same appointment, and we'll use my own calendar, so that's fine. We'll put in some more details, and I'm going to invite the Regarding Office 365 writers group. So Office 365 writers, and I'm going to request a response. Let's say what have we got there? Proposed live stream for discussion on meetings and etiquette. Cool. and I will send details, so we'll just say that that's online, and we'll just leave a few other those details later. This is a test, but will turn into a real meeting for our live stream. Okay, so what I envisage will happen is that it's going to create this meeting request within the Regarding Office 365 calendar for the group. It should send out this invite and the poll based on the attendees, the members of that group, and I expect that because there's going to be a URL within that. I don't know if it's going to be the URL is going to be unique to just the recipient, which in this case is going to be the whole group as an address, or whether it's going to send it out to each individual, and as they reply it's going to detect and see that these are individual people. So that's where my experiment, I'm just wondering what's going to happen here. So I'm going to send this out, and we might get a reply or two a bit later on. It's about time I got back to work. Be right with you there, Paul, and we'll send it off, and then I'll get back to you with the results and share what I find. Hopefully it does work as I expect, but we'll see. If it doesn't, there's always user voice to make this suggestion, because I do believe a meeting poll that you can send to a Office 365 group or group of people will be helpful. I know it's good to just say, here's the date, this is when it's going to happen, but sometimes we do need to organize things using a poll. So there you go, it has popped into the Regarding Office 365 Writers calendar, and also that meeting should be sent out to the various different members of that group as well. So thank you for watching. I am going to continue to keep you updated with various things here. Come along and read some of our stories at Regarding Office 365. That's reoffice365.com. We've got a Facebook page by the same name, and we do our live streams to here and to our Facebook page. So hopefully we'll get this one organised for next week.